Hey, this is okay. I'm back inking Tales from Crypt Keeper 8. We're going to be inking this panel right here today, and it's basically like a squished up uh, diaper with the skirt getting pulled up. Um, I wanted to let you guys know that the Patreon is up and running. It's going very well. We've reached our first goal, so I'm going to be looking into buying a webcam now, and I've also got another goal of a weekly live like a sketch stream where it's like a live sketching while I take requests. So that's the next goal. If you would like to get into that or help me reach that goal, go over and join Patreon. There's a link down in the description below. You can search okay on Patreon, or just go through my DeviantArt channel. This is my DeviantArt channel, and this is my Patreon. This is the comic I'm working on right now, and you can see the pre-order is up already. It's going to be a 19-page comic, 20-page with cover. So it's a big comic. Not most Tale issues are 20 pages. So let's see. I've got Halloween coming up. Let's see. It is 1 week until Halloween. Last night I was working on my costume a little bit and thinking about having a costume contest. It might be too late to get the word out for a costume contest this year, but I definitely want to try. Thinking there would be like 4 categories, most original costume, sexiest costume, funniest costume, and scariest costume. And I'm sorry, I'm got a frog in my throat. So look for a costume contest announcement. I'm gonna try to get that out with a week till Halloween. There might be enough time to get the word out, but there will be some probably comic prizes, maybe a movie prize, that kind of thing. And speaking of those scary movies, if you haven't checked out my journal, I have written a journal about scary movies on different streaming platforms because I just love scary movies. I think I've watched almost every single scary movie available to watch on Netflix and Amazon Prime. There was a few I missed, like Daybreakers. I'm finishing that today. I've seen that a couple times before, but it's a nice vampire movie. Feels a little bit relevant today, where it'll probably always be relevant, but where just the government is out there and kind of like persecution and that kind of thing. What else? There was one other one that I really enjoyed. I watched Mystic River. That's not really a scary movie. It's a stupid movie. It has a certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes me doubt Rotten Tomatoes because I hated Mystic River. If you've not watched that, don't bother. It's so terrible. I hated the message of that movie. I passionately hated the message of Mystic River's ending, and I hated that movie. I think Clint Eastwood directed it, so I don't know how I feel about Clint Eastwood now. If there was a scary movie I'd recommend watching, it would be The Conjuring or The Shining, because those are probably my 2 favorites, and they're both on not Netflix. There wasn't a whole lot of good scary movies on Amazon. The other one that I was trying to think of, I just remembered it, was Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is on Amazon Prime, and that is a good classic movie. It's got the guy from Aliens, the android guy, and it's kind of a story about how revenge you can take revenge and then kind of regret it, I guess. And wanted to talk for a second more about Patreon, because the cool thing we're doing on Patreon right now is with the writers discussion. What I was hoping to accomplish with Patreon is kind of get into more, what is it called, like workshopping different endings and kind of playing out how different ideas for the ending, because endings are so important. As I was talking about earlier with Mystic River, if the ending of Mystic River had been different, I might have liked the movie, but because of the way it ended, I absolutely hated Mystic River, and I gave it like a 1 star out of 5-star reviews. Even though there's good acting and all that, I just hated the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you because maybe you want to watch it. 86% of the audience did like it, so maybe you would, but I just passionately hated that movie. Okay, so in Patreon right now with the writers panel, we are discussing possible endings for the story Momsathon, and I'm working on Momsathon right now, and Kuro7 has already given me a really good alternate possible ending that I really liked, and so I'm going to be workshopping that and playing around with it, seeing if it'll work. The one problem is that I only have a page left to end this story with, and the ending I have now works on 1 page, but I'm not sure that this new one could work in a page, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it'll work, because that would be really cool if we could use an alternate ending from Patreon on our first comic that we tried it on. That would be really cool. That would be cool. That worked out so well. The other thing we're doing on Patreon is lots of polls. I have sort of started not posting quite as much on my DeviantArt because I want to make sure that the biggest posts, the most important posts, stay in the spotlight, and I don't kind of clutter up my DeviantArt. So I'm kind of using Patreon as another place where I can post a lot, and I'm not worried about spoiling stories or putting artwork out there that you don't want to see, because it's, in order to see it, you have to kind of commit to seeing it, and that there's going to be spoilers coming out. There's a $2 get through the door thing. Let me pull it up here to show you. And basically that $2 to get through the door is just, you want to be a part of the Patreon. You want to be a patron, you want to be a part of it. And so a lot of people have gone with that option, and so I'm having fun doing lots of polls, doing lots of just normal posts, kind of sharing stuff about the comics and what's happening over here in the studio, and just kind of keeping more of a up-to-date process of what's going on. Another thing that I got that was kind of scary at first but also comical was I got hit with a password scam recently, where I was just checking my emails, and one email stood out because it had my name and it had one of my past passwords on there. It was a password from a long time ago, but it was an unusual password, so it caught my eye whenever I saw it. And I think that there must be some kind of password scam tutorial going around or something. And I don't know how many people got a hold of this password of mine, but I've gotten 2 emails that are pretty much exactly the same from different people. And what they say is, you visited this XXX website while you had my malware installed on your computer, and I've recorded you pleasuring yourself while looking at this website with my malware, and I got all your email contacts, and I got all your Facebook friends contacts, and I'm going to send this video to every single contact on your list unless you send me $3,000 in Bitcoin. And I was like, first of all, I don't have any webcams, so I don't know. This is definitely a bluff. I don't know what you're thinking. You targeted the wrong guy. And second of all, even if I did have a webcam, I'm not paying $3,000 to prevent all my contacts from seeing me masturbate. I'm not paying $3,000. They don't know me well enough. So the other thing was, the second email said $1,000. So they were a little more on the spot. I still wouldn't pay $1,000, but I don't know. Would you pay $1,000 to prevent everyone on your contacts list from watching you masturbate? And the third thing was, I don't go to XXX websites unless it's to file DMCA's or something, or someone linked me over and said, look at this over here because this is a good reference thing. And yeah, so like they had no idea that they were barking up the wrong tree. The other one was, what was it? Oh yeah, I was just like, how are you going to get all of my email contacts? I've sent emails to like 10,000 people or more, and to get all that information, you've got to have a very strong emailing system. I don't even have an emailing system that strong. And also, to get all my Facebook contacts emails, I was just like, I think you're lying, and you'd have to be really good to get all my I don't even know how to get all my Facebook friends contacts, so you're pretty damn smart. But anyways, it was just kind of funny because it was like they were really wrong, and they're from Russia. It was a mail.russia web email, and I think I got hacked back whenever emails got hacked or passwords got hacked from eBay. I bought a record on eBay once, and it went to some Russian mafia over in New Jersey. So they got my Led Zeppelin record, and that sucked. So there was nothing eBay could do about it. But yeah, that was kind of a funny story. Just wanted to share that. If you get any emails from the Russian mafia saying, we got your password, cough up $3,000 in Bitcoin, don't listen to them because it's all bluff. Anyways, this has been okay, inking. Join me over on Patreon and over on my DeviantArt if you haven't already. And if you'd like to see some more videos, be sure you're subscribed so you'll catch the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.